Hi guys, Galen Hair here. All right, so if you're watching this video, that means for some reason appraisal has come up in your case. So let's talk about what appraisal is. Appraisal is a process laid out mainly in insurance policies, but also in state law as well. And it's supposed to be a fast, efficient way to resolve your insurance claim. Now, whether it actually does that is a huge topic of debate. There are people that hate appraisal and there are people that love appraisal. I'm going to try to give you a neutral video so you won't know which one I think. But I do have very strong opinions about appraisal. And sometimes they're not popular, depending on who we're talking to. With that said, in claims, often either side can trigger appraisal, meaning cause it to happen. So I feel like you need to know how it works, no matter how your lawyer feels about it. So let's say the insurance company triggers appraisal. They're going to send a letter basically saying that they disagree with us on the amount of the loss. And then usually they're going to name their appraiser. Who is this guy or gal? This is someone that serves as an appraiser, not a real estate appraiser. This is an insurance appraiser. They usually have some kind of background in adjusting or something like that, and they're used to quantifying losses using Xactimate or similar software. They'll name him as their appraiser. That appraiser will advocate for the insurance company. That appraiser is now being hired by the insurance company to come up with a value that the insurance company technically believes is fair. Now, are they supposed to talk to the insurance company about those amounts? No, but we're not naive, and we know that the appraiser depends on the insurance company for income, so often they are talking to them, and they are coordinating with them. Once we get that letter, now we're on the clock. We have to identify an appraiser. So we're going to find an appraiser that we think is fair, neutral, and objective. Someone that we know won't just roll over and give the insurance company whatever they want because they need them for money. We're going to find someone that will look at your loss and put in the fair dollar value to actually get your damage fixed. And then those two appraisers negotiate. I want to be very clear about this. The two appraisers negotiate, and they do have the ability to reach an award, which may ultimately resolve your claim. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that. If you're in appraisal, we can't interfere with the process, but we are not settling your claim. And I want to be very clear about that. Your lawyers are not settling your claim ever without your permission. But appraisal does exist, and it can have the result of your claim being over. Let's say those two appraisers reach an agreement. Great. They sign an award, and then usually the insurance company pays it. There might be reasons they don't, and we'll cross that bridge with you if we get there. But let's say they don't reach an agreement. How does that work? So the first thing they try to do is agree on a person if they can't agree on a number. Who is a third party, a third person that they think would be able to fairly evaluate this loss? If they agree, that becomes our umpire. If they don't agree, we've all got to run to court to get you an umpire. And then once we have our umpire, whether they're agreed to or appointed by the court, now they get to work. They try to reach an agreement. It doesn't have to be a three-person agreement. It can just be 2 of 3. And the general rule is 2 of 3 wins. So if 2 people agree on a number, even if the third doesn't, that is the award. And then usually, again, the insurance company will pay it. So that's kind of the down and dirty on appraisal. Now, we could talk about appraisal for hours, days, even weeks, because there's so many weird facets to it. But I wanted you to have a basic overview because if you're watching this video, it probably has come up.